right, guys, this is 134, new engine going to station 12. So big changes. Doesn't have an aux pump, doesn't have a generator, doesn't have foam, does not have a manual pump shift, and it has 750 gallons of water. So those are the big changes. Up front, as you can see, there is no ball valve. That is because they changed the lever. It is no longer in is open, out is closed. It is a normal lever, so you don't need the ball valve here anymore. Same load. Coming inside to the cab, all of your buttons, controls are up front here. All your normal stuff with the lights is just a little different. Instead of the on-off, it's push-push versus a rocker. You have a backup camera here. It also turns on, I think similar to this, left turn signal, right turn signal. You got cameras that go off the side, as well as lights. Your pump shift is actually down here, kind of out of the way. There's a little light next to it. And then your mirror controls are also right over here. So everything's kind of right in front of you. And then you have air controlled seats. You have lever for moving the seat forward and back. And then you have manual window cranks. So you have air ride switch up front as well as an air ride dump in the back. It's a 3-second hold. And if I do it now, so it will actually dump your air. So it's a 3-second hold and it will alarm. And the light will turn on and then you can let go. So 3-second hold normally, 3-second hold, drop it. If you want to go back up, just bump it. Here, firefighter area. In here you're going to have your ballistic bags, C-spine, Zoll, COVID bag, suction, triage kits. Nothing else will be stored back here, but this is where you'll get those kits. The firefighter seats are a little more elevated. I believe it's for ventilation from the radiator. So you do sit a little higher, so some people might be sitting over this here. So just a little adjustment there. You do see a little better turning around though, being higher up. Turnout compartment for the clean cab for the AO here. You have 2 fire shelters in case you have a 4th. PFDs, airway kits on this side. Other side's the same, except you got your med kit and your controlled meds. Pump panel. Both sides have pre-connected 35 feet. Obviously when you charge it, bring it out, that way you don't get stuck. The reel discharge, reel rewind is right next to it versus being located up there. And then all of your valves are twist valves now. The only thing you have to watch out for is, say you have this one open here, when you're opening this one, your hand slams into it, so you want to be a little careful there. Air pump. Another thing cool about this, which I'll show you in a little bit, when you turn the rig on, it defaults to pressure mode, so you don't have to press mode twice and put it into pressure mode. It's just a single press pressure for pressure, RPM for RPM, and it has presets for both, so that's handy. Up top, it has a separate valve up here for the deluge, so you don't have to have a gate up here, so it's connected there. So a firefighter can control that. Up here you just have foam buckets, hose cleaner, and then these are up here because there's not room in the back. Pegboard storage, we do have the light, so there's no generator, but you have these light bars, which are sufficient. Then you also have a command light controlled from the 12 volt with the engine running that can give you more directional light if needed. It's not finished yet, but there will be more storage to match the other rigs. For these right here, you have these buckles. You pull down, that falls out of the way. Gives you access. Same on the other side. So you have steps here to help get up if you need to. The red line, similarly to before, is on the officer side. So if they tell you to pull the red line, it's going to be the same thing. You know, you're pulling that side. As well as the green lines on the driver's side. Changes with those, they're stacked up now. So you'll load them kind of similarly to you do the Blitz line. You do your first 100, and then your next 100 on top. There is a change to both of these hose loads. Essentially, big thing to remember with this, start on the left, set it back a foot, and then load these. You put a hand loop, not long loop, on the bottom of each 100 feet. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And then you wait to connect it, do the nozzle first. And this section, it's taped, it's 6 feet. It actually doesn't go as far back as the other 2.5. So you just basically load it to the end of the nozzle and then load it to the tape. That way that shoulder load doesn't go too far to the back, makes it easier to get out. And then the changes for the 1 3/4 bulk. Start on the right, every second bite, you do a loop, second bite, loop, and then you load this just like a Minuteman. So it's basically just loaded like a 300-foot pre-connect aside from being connected. Ladder rack is now stored with the added ladder up top. There have been some issues of people being unable to reach this, pull it out. So it's either going to get completely adjusted or potentially this will go here and this will go here because some people weren't able to pull this out. Your ladder rack controls are back here. Your tab lift is right here. Firefighter controlled meds right here by your med kit. So that's where you check those. Up here where the backboard is, this New York has to be stored on the inside. If you store this on the inside, this won't open. So the New York needs to go there. And the bell pull here is a little different. It comes all the way out versus just being a little handle.